Notice that one of the duties of the JRA Hong Kong office is to invite Hong Kong horses to take part in some Japanese Group 1 races. For example, the Tagamatsunomiya Kinen, Yasuda Kinen, and Sprinter Stakes, Japan Cup, and also Tagarazuka Kinen. So, am I correct?
Yes, you are correct.
Yeah.
But for your information, JRA all grade flat races are open to Hong Kong horses. But when I look over the Hong Kong racing fixtures and its history, the 5 races you quoted seems to be a realistic choice.
Yeah.
But at this time, it is not an appropriate time to go abroad to race. But can I introduce these 5 races briefly for the future reference?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Hong Kong season normally starts at September. And end of September or early October, we have Sprinter Stakes, 1200 meter, right-handed at Nakayama Racecourse. And we will have this race on 4th of October this year. And Silent Witness and
Ultra Fantasy.
Ultra Fantasy won this race on 2005 and 2010 respectively. Next one is Japan Cup on the end of November. And it's a 2400 meter left-handed at Tokyo Racecourse. And Indigenous took part in this race 3 times. And he came second in 1999. And the next one would be end of March. We have the Takamatsunomiya Kinen. It's a 1200 meter right-handed at Chukyo Racecourse. And Aero Velocity won this race 2015. And on early June, we have Yasuda Kinen, 1 mile race, left-handed at Tokyo Racecourse. And Fairly King Plon and British Luck won this race in 2000 and 2006 respectively. And the final one would be end of June. It's just before the end of Hong Kong season. We have Takarazuka Kinen. It is 2200 meter right-handed at Hanshin Keibajo, Hanshin Racecourse. Wada was a pioneer of this race, and he came second in 2018. So now, Hong Kong Jockey Club has a lot of variety of top-class horses, not only in sprint and mile category, but also
middle distance
over
and
2,000 categories. And it was sensational that all 4 of Hong Kong international races were won by Hong Kong horses on 2018. So it would be glad for our racing fan of both the jurisdiction to Hong Kong top-class horses to participate in either of these Japanese racing. And please keep these races in mind for one of the options for the future.
So now we are facing the coronavirus, and it's a very tough task for all racing jurisdictions. So may I know how JRA react to keep racing behind closed doors in Japan?
COVID-19 wave came to JRA 1 month later than Hong Kong Jockey Club. We started behind the closed door from end of February, and we'll continue it until end of June. But this can be renewed. In order to continue our race meeting, JRA restricts the movement of horses and jockeys to reduce the risk of spreading virus. For example, we are having race meetings at several race courses on Saturdays and Sundays. But now, jockeys can ride in the same race course on both days, and jockey cannot move to another race course on Saturday night, which used to be the normal practice. And all the owners, including owners with the starters, they all refrain from going to race course. And only the trainers, jockeys, and JRA officials and staffs who is on duty are working on site now.
So in recent years, I can say that Japan attract a lot of top-class jockeys to race in Japan. For example, we just have Lyle Hiverson in Japan, and every year we can see Ryan Moore, Hugh Bowman, and Damon Lane. So actually, can you tell us or tell some Hong Kong jockeys if they would like to ride in Japan, what are the criteria?
Douglas White, Zach Barton, Caris Teetan, João Moreira, they all got the JRA short-term license before. Yes. For the basic criteria, JRA only accepts the application if the jockey fulfills the JRA's criteria. And we differentiate these criteria among jurisdictions. So please ask our JRA representative office for the details, since it is a bit complicated and subject to change. But one of the benchmark is the jockey ranking.
Okay.
Yes. When it comes to Hong Kong Jockey Club, the jockey must have performed top 3 rankings in either of past 2 completed seasons at the time of application. For example, if the jockey is going to make an application today, then we don't take this current season performance into account, since this season is not completed yet.
Yep.
So then we take the rankings of last 2 completed seasons.
Yep.
And this would be a 17-18 season and 18-19 season. And the jockey who performed top 3 in these either of these 2 seasons is eligible to make an application. As we evaluate that Hong Kong Jockey Club is one of the most competitive racing jurisdiction around the world for the jockeys. So we set it to top 3 now.
Yes.
But please be reminded that there are other jurisdictions that we set it to top 2 or only top 1 or more strict ones.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. And one more important thing I would like to mention here is the notion of JRA short-term license is different from Hong Kong Jockey Club licensing. Jockey who want to ride in Hong Kong, jockey may apply directly to Hong Kong Jockey Club by themselves.
Yes.
And sometimes Hong Kong Jockey Club recruit the jockeys from overseas. But on the other hand, JRA short-term license is a system for the trainers, system for the owners who want to bring top jockeys for their horses. But JRA do not allow whoever jockey they want to bring. But we set the criteria that limits to world top jockey who can satisfy our racing fan or whose skill JRA jockey can learn from. So it is required that jockey who want to make an application, the jockey have to find a sponsor trainer and sponsor owner by themselves before applying to JRA. And the application must be made along with the 3 parties agreement. JRA cannot introduce these trainers, owners, or agent to the jockeys because we have to take even stance to them. So these are the outline of the JRA short-term license.
Are they only, every jockey, is it they are only for the short-term license, they can maximum to ride 3 months in Japan?
Yes, it's 3 months. And for the first-time jockey, we restrict to 2 months.
Okay.
So Lyle Hewitson was 2 months this time because he was the first time to go to Japan by short-term license. And maximum 5 jockeys in one town.
Okay.
That's a kind of rule.
We know that the Japanese horses keep doing well all over the world in the past 20 years. They won so many big races, Dubai World Cup, and also some big races in Hong Kong as well. So can you tell us what are the reasons?
Yes, we have had a lot of opportunities so far. I think these are the achievements by 4 Japanese horse racing circles. We respect the racing fans who participate in and enjoy horse racing by betting to the horses whom they want to cheer. And turnover from these racing fans allow us to increase the prize money. And the prize money allows the owners and the breeders or training farms to invest a certain amount for their horses, sires, blood mares, or its facilities. So this positive positive cycle over the past decades has boosted the level of Japanese racing. And we also respect all the dreams they have in mind. And all these dreams have contributed significantly to these achievements.
I would like to ask why the Japanese people they would like to win the art so badly. Why is just like winning the art is a dream for all the Japanese horsemen?
I'm not of the opinion that Arc de Triomphe is the only race that important for Japanese horsemen. But it is true that these kinds of comments often appears in media, and most of Japanese racing fans, including me, want to see Japanese horse win this race. And I think this is from the history of a continual challenge to this race. And we have challenged 17 times for the Japanese horses. And including 4 times second place.
All favorite.
All favorite twice, El Condor Pasa and Nakayama Festa. And we haven't won this race yet. So these facts made our mind more wanting for the title. And I heard one more interesting reason, which I felt interesting, was about the name of the race. In Japan, almost all the foreign big race names are written, including katakana character. Katakana character is used for foreign names or used for the words which come from foreign language. But L'Arc de Triomphe is the only race, or quite a rare race, that the race name is written only in Chinese character, Gaisen Monsho. And this name enhanced the people's feeling of exceptional. Thank you so much, Ohno-san, and thank you so much for your time to come to our show. It's better to
And I hope that Japanese racing will keep continuing and do well in the world.
Yes.
Thank you.
I hope to. Thank you very much for this, giving me this occasion.
Thank you.
Thank you.